I accidentally texted a stranger and made a bestie. So here's the deal. I was having one of those days where nothing goes right. My coffee spilled on my laptop, my dog decided to make a mess in the living room, and I was just trying to vent to my friend about how everything was going downhill. Determined to share my hilarious, awful day, I pulled out my phone and poured my heart out in a text. Bro, today is a disaster. The coffee spilled, the dog is acting like a toddler, and my laundry smells like it's been living under a rock. But here's where things went hilariously wrong. I sent that heartfelt message to a complete stranger instead. Yup, not my friend, but this random number. A couple of minutes later, I get a reply, and I'm just staring at the screen like, whoa, who is this? And it said, wow, sounds like that dog needs a nap. I was half tempted to ignore it and hope the phone fairies would take care of my blunder. But instead, I replied, you have no idea, he literally chased his tail and knocked over a plant. To my surprise, the stranger replied quickly. Turns out, they were just as into dogs as I was. They texted back, at least it's not a cat. They just plot against you. I burst out laughing, and just like that, an accidental conversation kicked off where we shared our pet stories, crazy mishaps, and all sorts of random life tales. The wildest part? They actually invited me to this pet adoption event happening that weekend. I was like, we just met through a texting accident. Am I crazy for considering this? But a small voice in my head shouted, you gotta live a little. So I went. We met up, and while I still awkwardly introduced myself as the person who texted you about their disaster day, it didn't matter because we instantly clicked. I mean, who knew the randomness of life could lead to this fun? We spent the day together, laughed at all the awkward moments, and somehow ended up rescuing a puppy that day. I left with a new friend and a very yappy, adorable addition to my life. And you know what's even crazier? I texted the wrong number, but now, anytime I have a bad day, I have someone to share the chaos with. So here's a reminder for everyone. Sometimes greatness comes from the most unexpected mess-ups. Oh, and if you ever get a random text about a dog drama, just know it might lead to a new friendship. So Reddit, have you ever made a friend through a text fail? What's your funniest texting mishap?